Hey you guys, welcome to another video on the GP Tech Team channel. Hope you're all doing great. Today we're going to be talking about the master sets you've been hearing about for the past couple weeks. Basically what the master set is, it is a grouping of all of our tracks in one place so that you don't have to go in Finder and go and drag in tracks one by one every single weekend. Instead, we have it to where you can come to 3 different sessions and all your tracks will be there alphabetically. So let me show you what I mean here. We had to create 3 different master sets because there's quite a few tracks in here, over 80 songs. So we had to group them A through G, H through M, and N through Z. So let's start with A through G. Of course, this is all songs A through G, starting with A Reason to Dance and ending with Great Jehovah. So you can see there's a lot of tracks here. All tracks have the same click, same count, same guide to create consistency between tracks. And what you also see here is what's called a tempo track and a markers track. What a tempo track does is it tells Ableton what tempo to be in for as long as that clip is in the session. So let's go to a random song here. Let's go to Cornerstone. So you see, if you look at the session tempo right now, it says 130, but that's because the playhead is still here at A Reason to Dance, which is 130. So if we go back to Cornerstone and we put the playhead here at the locator, you see it goes to 7150 because that is the length of the clip in the session. And you see as soon as it ends, it goes back to 107. So markers track, on the other hand, is just an empty MIDI track that tells you where you are in the song. So we'll get to why that's important later. But as you can see, if you know locators, there are no locators here. And that's because it's just to make it easier for us to add new songs to the set, so we don't have to move around locators all the time. So you'll see why we need those here in a minute. But yeah, we got A through G, we got H through M, which that'll load here in a second. But pretty much every song that we've ever had a track for is in here. So we start with Hallelujah by LaRue Howard, and it ends with My Strength by Israel and New Breed. And we also have N through Z, and this session here starts with No Turning Back, also by Israel and New Breed. And we end off with Your Great Name by Todd Delaney and his team. So I say let's go ahead and get into this. Really quick though, I also want to explain to you, you see click only here. What click only does is it will loop the click at the end of the song, just in case, there's something else that needs to happen, yeah, it just keeps the click going. Like, let's go to the end of Your Great Name here, for example. So it's gonna count us into the end of the song. So it's ending, we're trash canning. And you can see the rest of the tracks are getting ready to end here. So all those tracks are going to fade out. Now it's going to go into this click only section. And it'll just loop back to the locator. And it'll do that forever. So very briefly, I want to explain to you how to get this going. It's already set up in Ableton, but in your computer, you're going to need to make sure you do this. Let's go to audio MIDI setup, and I hit Command Space to bring up the spotlight search there. Let's go to audio MIDI setup. It's already kind of queued up here. And we're going to press Command 2 to go to our MIDI studio, and IAC driver should always be there. So we're going to double click that and just make sure that device is online is checked. If that's checked, one half of it is done. So then you're going to, you can exit audio MIDI setup, go to your Ableton preferences, Command comma, and then you're going to go to link tempo MIDI, and basically just make sure that your ins and outs for the IAC driver look just like this. You can pause or take a screenshot, whatever you'd like to do, but just make sure it looks like this and it will work for the purpose that it's supposed to. So yeah, that's what click only is for. And that's just a nice thing to have just in case you want to keep things going. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we need to do, what this has to do with building sessions in a weekend. So let's take a song here, and let's take While I'm Waiting, for example. Great song by Travis Green and his team. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that all the content in the track is selected. So we're going to start with our tempo track, and we're just going to copy or shift click and make sure that everything is selected. I see we got the start here, and I see we got the marker for click only here. So I'm going to copy, Command C. I always press it a billion times because you never really know. So we also have what's called the Ableton Weekend template, which this is just an empty template that contains all the different tracks you may need for a weekend. But we don't want to actually put tracks in here because we want to leave it as a template. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go up to File. We're going to save a copy. And in the on the SSD you've been given, we're going to go to Ableton Weekend Sessions, which is another folder in this same SSD at the top. And we're going to name it appropriately. So this upcoming weekend is May the 14th. So we're going to name it 5/14/23. We're going to save it. And then we're actually going to go open what we just saved. So 5/14/23 right here. Let's click it. Let's open it. And now you can see at the top, we're in the right set. So make sure that you save that copy first, and then make sure that that gets in there. So now that we're in the weekend set, all we got to do is hit Command V, and all of our stuff is here. Tempo should be synced up, markers track, and everything we need should work. So let's take a listen really quick.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Intro.
2, 3, 4.
Yes. And from there, you can go ahead and build in all your locators. But first, let's save this, and let's go grab another song. I'm feeling I don't know. Let's go to H through M and see if we can't find another song in here. I don't know. Let's do I Will Search. It's a great song, and it's got a few tempo changes in it. Let's go to I Will Search. Once again, we're gonna start with the tempo track. We're going to shift click and make sure that everything is selected. So you see we got a few things missing here. So I'm going to go down here or a little more, and make very sure that that's everything. So then we're going to copy again. Now we're going to head back to our weekend set that we built, and we're going to add another locator here just for song 2. And let's go ahead and copy everything, or paste everything, and boom, just like that, all of our tracks are in there. And tempo is already synced, as you can see. If we go in the middle here, exactly. And from there, all you really have to do is use these markers tracks. This is what we were talking about earlier. All you got to do from there is use the markers tracks as a reference to add your locators, because we still want to have the ability to move around the song if you need to. You still want to have the ability to repeat sections or skip sections. And once they're in the weekend set as well, I want to say too, this is your opportunity to cut up the tracks. If there's a certain section that you know before the weekend that you want to repeat, this is your opportunity to come in here and you know, just mess with the tracks, cut them up, create the arrangement that you want to. Just make sure that we're not doing that in the master set, because the idea for the master set is for all the tracks to come as purchased or as created without any edits. So yeah, so with this, we can go ahead and use the markers tracks to add our locators. So intro right here, verse 1 right here, and I'm gonna speed it up for a second so we can add all these locators, and I'll be right back. So we're back. All locators have been added. I'm going to really quickly drop in repeat and next keys so that I can just show you this. But now in our weekend set from the master set, we now have the ability again to see where we're at with locators and a markers track, and also repeat sections and jump around as needed. So let's go to the chorus of While I'm Waiting here, and let's play this really quick. Once again, you see if I hit Command K, you see R and N for repeat or previous locator and next locator. So I'm gonna use that here.
Refrain.
4.
Yes, exactly. And the reason, really quickly too, the reason why we can't have locators in the master set is because they don't, well, for one, it's to make it easier to add new songs, and two, locators do not carry between Ableton sessions. So even if we did have all those there, then when you try to copy it over, locators or time signature changes, unfortunately, don't carry over from session to session. So if there's a song with time signature changes, which there's quite a few in there, but yeah, that won't carry over to the weekend set, so you would have to add those yourself, unfortunately. But just besides that, that's essentially how it works. Like, take the song from the master set, copy it into, or save a copy of the weekend template, add it to the weekend template, and just like this, you're ready for the weekend. So we hope to roll this out very soon. We hope for this to be a tool that you all can use to help it be easier to create sessions for the weekend, make it faster. You won't have to worry about tempo changes anymore. Our team has already taken care of all of those. You won't have to do any of that stuff again. All you have to do is come to one of the master sets and take what you need. And, once it gets into the appropriate weekend set, make all your edits, change keys, change tempos, whatever you need to do. But yeah, that is essentially all you have to do. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you with some more content back here real soon.